Hi everyone, I'm Tristan, and today we're going to do a TOEIC lesson where we look at 6 key TOEIC vocabulary and then we look at 6 practice questions for TOEIC. We're going to increase your score quickly and easily. So let's get started. The first vocab is acknowledge. This is to admit or state that you made a mistake or an error. For decades, cigarette companies knew that smoking was harmful to someone's health. However, they never said this publicly. They never acknowledged this publicly. Now they do acknowledge it, but in the past, they didn't acknowledge that smoking was harmful to health. Or the employee acknowledged his lack of effort on the last project. So the employee said, "I agree, my effort was not strong. For me, I acknowledge that my video editing skills are not that great." The other meaning of acknowledge is to give someone credit or respect for their effort, work, etc. A synonym is recognize. For example, the coach didn't usually compliment players, but after the game, he acknowledged the team's effort. So this coach said, "You guys worked really hard today." Now, some common partners are acknowledge someone's effort, acknowledge someone's hard work, acknowledge someone's dedication. The noun for acknowledge is acknowledgement. So the employee received acknowledgement for her hard work. So the manager acknowledged her hard work. They said, "I see your hard work. I recognize this." So as you can see, acknowledge has 2 meanings. One is to admit a mistake or admit an error, and the other is to recognize someone's effort or hard work. The next word is obtain. Now this means get or receive and is more formal. For example, she obtained her driver's license last year. So some common partners are someone obtains a credit card, a mortgage, a loan, obtains approval, obtains consent. An example, the company obtained consent from the city to dispose of its waste in the river. Maybe not a good thing. Now, here's a little note. When a verb ends with tain, it is often related to keeping or getting. For example, obtain and attain mean get. Sustain, maintain, retain, contain are related to keep. The next word, number 3, excessive. This is too much of something. Some say video games have too much violence. Some say video games have an excessive amount of violence. Or he was arrested for driving much too fast. He was arrested for excessive speeding. Finally, we could use an adverb. He smokes all the time. He smokes excessively. So this is a negative meaning. It's too much of something. All right, let's look at 3 TOEIC practice questions before we go to the next vocab. Here it is, 113. All right, to get this answer, we have to know the difference between amount and number. When we use amount of, the noun is non-countable. For example, there is a significant amount of snow, information, salt, advice, feedback. Notice, these are non-countable nouns. When we use number of, we use countable. An example, there is a large number of protesters, mistakes, ideas, children, dishes. You can see here that we can count these words. They have an S at the end. They are plural. The other 2 choices are just strange. Now we see the blank of mistakes. Mistakes is plural and it is countable, so we are going to pick B. Next question. Okay, we first have to understand what this is, what this means after the comma. This equals the positive discovery that the researcher made. Therefore, we can eliminate A and D. Why? Well, a discovery does not acknowledge something. A person acknowledges something. A discovery does not have a brain. Discovery could not say anything. So I'm eliminating A and D. If I use B, B is incorrect because of have. This is singular. This has, not this have. Therefore, the answer is C. Why? Well, the company has not acknowledged this yet. That is active, where I'm going, the company acknowledges. The company has not acknowledged this yet. So this hasn't been acknowledged yet. However, when you use present perfect in the negative with yet, you can do two things. You can say, I haven't seen this movie yet. I have yet to see this movie. No one has purchased it yet. If I make that passive, it has not been purchased yet. And if I use have or have yet to, it has yet to be purchased. So this hasn't been acknowledged yet. This has yet to be acknowledged. So the answer is C. If we look at 133, well, this one is quite simple. The main verb in this sentence is. You need a noun form as the subject. For example, I don't say watch TV is relaxing because watch is a verb. I can make it a noun by adding verb ing, and I can say watching TV is relaxing. So obtain a work visa is difficult is wrong because obtain is a verb. Well, let's just make it a noun. Obtaining a work visa is difficult. This is called a gerund noun. These are very important for the TOEIC test. Okay, let's look at three more vocabulary. The first is seek. Seek means look for. Now, the verb forms of seek are seek, sought, sought. It's very strange, but it's kind of like fight. Fight, fought, fought. Seek, sought, sought. Now, here's a note. Seek does not need for after it. It is wrong to say, I sought for a new roommate. Correct, I sought a new roommate. Let's look at another example sentence. The country is seeking a solution to the homelessness epidemic, but there doesn't seem to be one in sight. So another way to say this, the country is looking for a solution. The country is looking for, the country is seeking a solution. All right, the next word is revise. Revise means change written materials such as a book or a contract. It can also mean to change predictions for the future. An example, the magazine changed some parts of the story before it was published. The magazine revised some parts of the story. Now, if you use the noun for revise is revision. So you could say the magazine made some revisions to the story. If we're looking at future forecasts or predictions, in March, the government said the economy would grow by 3% this year. However, in May, they changed this and they said it would grow by 1%. Therefore, the government revised its economic forecast. So they changed its prediction. They revised its economic forecast. The next word is oversee. Oversee means to manage a process or be in charge or be in control of a process or a production. For example, the general made sure the weapons were delivered safely. The general oversaw the delivery of the weapons. If you have a court case, you have a judge. A judge will oversee the trial to make sure it goes smoothly. Now, the noun for oversee is oversight. Here's an example. Because there was no oversight in the factory, the defect or the problem with the item was not noticed until it hit store shelves. And a little note, someone oversees a process, but someone supervises the people in the process. Okay, let's do 3 more TOEIC questions. Here we go, 112. Well, the key clue here is the preposition for. We can see for comes after the blank. Seeking does not have for after it. So if we use seeking, it would just be seeking a new vendor. However, looking does need for after it in this context. For example, the company is currently looking for a new vendor. Therefore, the best answer is B. Let's look at 116. Now, subject asks that subject verb is a very formal request. For example, you could say, we ask customers to leave their bags at the front of the store. If I use ask that, I would say, we ask that customers leave their bags. Notice the to is gone. When we say we ask that, we just have subject verb. And if we made this passive, we could say, we ask that bags be left at the front of the store. Let's look at another example. The company asked that employees wear formal clothing when meeting with clients. If this is passive, the company asked that formal clothing be worn when meeting with clients. The lawyer, in the TOEIC question, the lawyer asked that they revise the contract, that they change the contract. So we are going to make this passive, and we're going to put contract first. So we say the lawyer asked that the contract be revised. Therefore, the answer is C. Finally, 115. Okay, so we have without at the start. This is a preposition. After a preposition, you need a noun. So A and D are verbs, so we can remove them right away. Overseeing can be a gerund noun, but if you use it that way, you would use properly, not proper before it, because it would be describing sort of the verb or the action. For example, he properly oversaw the project. Properly overseeing the project is necessary. However, we don't have properly, and also we don't have an object after the blank. So overseeing is wrong. Therefore, we're just going to use a proper noun, and the proper noun is B, oversight. All right, so I hope you learned something today. I hope this helps you in your TOEIC journey. Please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification button, and have a wonderful day. I hope you have a great day, everyone. Bye.